Bob, my name is Mion. I'm the daughter of the man you shot 26 years ago. You are probably surprised that I, of all people, am writing you. But I'd like to finally have some closure. First and foremost, I want to let you know that I truly forgive you. We all grew up without our fathers, and that hole has impacted each of us in many different ways. It's been almost 26 years now. There's stories in the case that don't make sense to me, and maybe never will. Maybe we can keep somebody else from going through the experience that we had to go through. I will be in touch. Take care. Me own.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Chluy Talk. I am your host, Hella Chluy. Today, we got a very special guest, but before I introduce her, I'm going to roll the intro. So today's guest is the Khmer American Holistic Nutritionist based out of Humboldt County, California. I think Eureka, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Rosie, and she has a powerful story that I want her to share on the platform. And she reached out to me a few months back when I started my podcast. We finally get to connect because at the time I said I had a shot like 5 months worth of content.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, hit me up in a couple months, and the couple months is here. So here we are, 2021. Without further ado, here's Rosie. I'm going to pass the mic to you, and you could tell us about yourself and where you're from and all that good stuff.
Hi, my name is Rosie. I am I'm from Modesto. I was from Modesto, California, but now I live in Humboldt County, Eureka. And I am a holistic nutritionist. I help people make changes in their life, in nutrition and their lifestyle, and helping them change their mindset into becoming a better version of themselves. I also help with your whole lifestyle, because with the holistic nutrition is mind, body, and soul. So I help create a change within yourself, and then it shows out. So if you're trying to lose weight, we work with the inner game. Let's work on the inner game and change your story that you've been telling yourself about how you relate to food, and anything that goes in your life is, what is the story you're telling yourself? So to me, is working with the inner game, and then it shows out on the outside. So it's with food, mind, or the mind, the body, and the soul.
Like they say, you are what you eat.
Yeah, well, you are what you eat. It's like the thoughts, so if you're eating like a lot of processed and junk food, your thoughts are going to be a lot of processed and junk food. So the cleaner food you eat, the cleaner your
mind state.
Yes, it changes. And your body, your chemistry in your body changes too. So right now I'm working with my coach. She's a nutritionist too. And I am trying to go plant-based and I'm testing out my body to see how my mindset and my lifestyle will change if I go more plant-based. But it's a challenge, because there's days when like, Clint bicycle, like I want to eat bicycle, or like I go to my, my family's house, they have salam and stuff. And I don't.
My fave, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like, like pakan, like, oh no, no, I go enjoy myself. I go there, I go eat, salam or whatever. But when I come back home, I have control, and I can, plan my meals and make plant-based meals. So I don't have the like, tona, like pakan, like, oh, anyamte, or anything like that. It's like, all right, whatever, I'm there. I'll eat it, So it's having that balance.
Balance, definitely.
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's very important. Health is wealth, and definitely gotta watch what we eat. And I think it's okay to eat like some of our food in moderation. I believe bahuk is really good with it's fermentation, so it's good for your gut health. So I love bahuk, but
I do too.
we'll get into more of that in a few, but you said you grew up in Modesto, the 209, right?
Yes, the 209.
Yeah, I got some friends. I got some friends over there. So, how is that where your family settled? And how big? Like, how big's your family? Are you like the sibling of? Are you like an oldest sibling and the youngest, or?
I'm the youngest and the only girl. I have three older siblings, like three older brothers. So I grew up. I was the only one born in America, and my family came to Atlanta, Georgia. When they first came to America, they got sponsored by the church or whatnot, and they stayed like by somewhere in Atlanta by Kmart, some apartments down there or something. And then my dad's godbrother was in California. He was like, "Oh, come to California. There's a lot of opportunity here." So my dad grabbed the whole family and rode the Greyhound all the way to California back in 80.
Wow.
1980, yeah.
Atlanta all the way to Cali in the Central Valley, right?
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Modesto? I know there's a big my community there, Modesto, Stockton. What's it like growing up there in the 80s?
The 90s, that's where like a lot of like Asian gangs were back then. And breakdancing crew. And I grew up in Westside Modesto. So there was a lot of, I grew up in like Khmer neighborhood. The whole neighborhood was Khmer, Hmong. There was one Hispanic and one white family, but it was mostly Khmer people.
Did you like school? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, growing up, it was, did I like school? School was, it was okay, you know. I wasn't the one that got like straight A's or anything like that. To me, it's more like social. And, I did good at school. And then senior year is when I kind of slacked off a little bit. And, my grades kind of...
Modesto. So how'd you end up in like Eureka now? Like...
Well, my aunt lived up here. She had a donut shop, Khmer donut shop. And I guess during that time, I just wanted something new in my life. And I went over there and then met my husband and kind of had kids. And then I'm here now. Yeah.
I think I've driven past Eureka. I've never like stopped in there, like, because I made the drive from Washington State all the way to like, I want to say Roseville, California. You heard of that?
Oh, Roseville, yeah.
It's kind of
by Sacramento.
Vallejo. Yeah, by Sacramento. So that was like
Or
the longest
somewhere?
drive of my life. I think I just turned 18 and just decided to go visit my friend that moved out of town all the way to Roseville. So I remember passing Eureka and like, what is this? It was just like, at the time, it was like freeways. It was like, it felt like it was like a long, just like open field. Like, is this never-ending road? Like, what's it like in Eureka right now? Is it more?
I think you drove by Eureka.
Eureka, you're right.
Because Eureka is like right on the Highway 5 or 99.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and we're Eureka is we're on the coast on 101.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking Eureka. So
yeah.
What's Eureka like? I've never been to Eureka, like that part of California. What's it like over there? There's a lot of like trees. There's a lot of palm trees, or is it more like desert heat?
We're in the redwoods. It rains a lot more here. We're right on the coast, so we're right by the bay, by the ocean, and everything here is like more like natural and organic, and there's a lot of
It's like Oregon weather.
Yeah. Because we're only like 2 hours from Oregon.
Okay, yeah. So I know what it's like
hours.
then. So I probably could imagine what it's like because most of my friends live in like Portland, Oregon, and stuff like that. But you're talking about the Salem, Oregon, like the one that's really close to Cali, right? Like the Eugene.
Yes. Eugene and Grant Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get into holistic nutrition?
How did I get into that?
What made you decide I want to do holistic nutrition?
Okay. How did I get into holistic nutrition?
Yeah.
All right. Let's dive back into a little back in the days for me.
Let's do it.
All right. So I got into holistic nutrition. Before I got to that, I'm a mother of two girls, and when they're both, one day when I was dropping them off from school, and I was on my way to the gym, I always ask myself a question because I'm always wanting to know, who am I? So I asked my question, like, why am I here? Like, what makes me different? Because a part of me always was like, I just felt a little different. So I've been asking myself questions like that all the time. Like, why am I here? Who am I? Like, what makes me different? And then one day, that drive to the gym, it's like this random thought just passed by. And it was like, forgive the man that killed your father. I'm like, what? No way. No way. Like, I haven't thought of this man for, I don't think of this man at all, So we're going to go back to when I was 7 years old, back to 1990, when my dad owned a video store in San Jose, California. And, back in the days where Thai movies and Gen movies back in the VHS days.
like that, the cassette shops,
So instead of going to Netflix, you'll go to the store, the video store, and then they go and choose what movie you want to watch, and then you come home with like 2 big bags of VHS tapes.
It's like 30 cassettes for season 1. I know, I remember all that.
So my parents owned a video store there, and during that time, I was in Modesto with my grandma. And July 7th, 1990 is when six Khmer gangs from Oakland, California, came and they scoped out my dad's a video store. And I guess they, came in there and robbed my dad.
Khmer Gang? It was a Khmer Gang?
Khmer Gang, yeah. Because they thought that, it'd be like an easy rob. Like, my dad had, all gold necklace, and they thought it was, how Khmer people, I think, is they loot from each other. They probably think that they can get away with it easier. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyways, so the guy that shot my dad, he's in prison, and he got 25 to life without parole. And he was 18 at the time. And I never thought of this man that killed my father growing up at all. It was just nothing until I got older. And for me, when that thought came by, like, forgive that man that killed your father, my heart started like beating really hard. Like, there was like this fire within me. And I was like, I've been like doing personal development of learning about who we are and learning about our emotions and stuff. And I've been, what Gandhi said, be the change you want to see.
I'm trying to process it, so I'm just really shocked that it's a Khmer person from a Khmer gang that did it. I don't understand. I didn't grow up around like Stockton, so I wouldn't even know like about the gang life, but it's there. It's part of our history, Khmer American history. So
yeah,
and so like for your dad to get murdered by a Khmer gang is like really hurts me. It's like or just just get murdered. But I thought it was like I won't even know what to do if I'm in my situation. I don't. So I think it takes a lot of courage to forgive. I don't know if it could be, if you want to explain if it had like a spiritual type of, did you have like you said something told you to forgive him. So What was that like? Was it like spiritual? Was it like, are you religious in any way, or did you?
Well, I grew up going to church, like Christian church, because my grandpa is a pastor. So
Right.
I grew up to church, and then my mom went to the temple, to the Buddha. So I went to both, you know. So I didn't know that was trauma that I went through when I was 7, until growing up now is like going back and healing the emotion of that little girl that kept, because growing up in a Khmer culture, I see my mom crying during that time, right?
Mhm.
Like she was devastated, like her husband, like she lost her husband. And what is she going to do with 4 kids, And, for me, what I had to go back and heal was like, my dad told me that he was going to come back home and teach me how to ride a bike. And I waited for that day for him to come back, and he never came back. So as a 7-year-old girl that waited for her dad to come home, I didn't understand why, like, all of a sudden he was gone. For me, it was, when I was younger, it was hard to
process.
Yeah, process, like, how can a person be here and then not be here anymore?
Wow.
So look, I wanted to learn to ride a bike so bad. So during his time of his bon, I remember coming over to my mom, like telling my mom at the bon, ma, yum chong chikong, yum chong chikong. And then she got one of the ladies that was cooking food there, her daughter, come help me ride the bike. So for me now is tapping into that pain of that little girl that wanted to ride the bike so bad. So when I was learning how to ride the bike, I would pedal and roll. Then the girl that was helping me out picked me up, like, oh, come on, you got this, So I would ride the bike, roll. I had so much pain in me that I didn't know how to express it. So to me, I did not know, but I was holding on to this pain since 7-year-old all the way till now. And then I use the pain of riding the bike, the qigong, to use it as a motivation to move forward now.
Can't even imagine not growing up with my dad. My dad died like in 2013, so I was already in my 20s. So like,
I'm sorry.
To grow up without a father figure would have been tough for me. So definitely, it's emotional, and it's probably you're probably still in the process of trying to heal, right? It's probably something like that doesn't just heal overnight, or it's been a lifetime already.
Yeah, and the process of healing too is like, so when I decided to write to, I'm going to call him Bob. When I decided that I was going to write to Bob, what I didn't know that I was doing therapy for myself. So I had to go back and I wrote I don't know how many pages of just my thoughts, my emotions of what I've been through. Right? I thought I was writing to him, but really I'm just writing for myself, because in the end I just wrote him one page of just, I think in my video, I had a letter of writing the one page, but before that, it was like a ton. It was like, going back, what my grandma did, my mom, and seeing somebody crying, and the whole neighborhood thought it was like political, that, they hired him to shoot my dad. It was all these stories. And to me, it was like, what really happened, And because we never talked about it. It's like, and then that was it. So we didn't have any like therapy to go to or anything like that. So we had to learn how to cope on our own. And for me, how to cope on my own is, I remember when my dad I remember going to my dad's room and like smelling his pillow, because I didn't know how to express my emotions. So I cried in my parents' bedroom, and smelling his pillow to get his scent was how I coped. And I remember that 7-year-old girl crying in the room, and then before she came out the door, wiped her tears, and like, all right, I had to be strong, because my mom was a mess. And I couldn't be a mess because she was already suffering. So now that you come back to, because in life is, shit happens in your life, right? But now that we're adults, we have to be responsible for what happened. You take accountability for what happened and you change. You don't bring the pain back into the future, because let me go back. I'm using the pain that I had to go through as a motivation to move forward. I can tap into that pain, but I don't have the emotions of being hurt, sad, resentment, hateful. None of that is in my future right now. Because for me to forgive him, I had to go back to the past and see where he came from. I read books about gangs. I read histories. I didn't know that before I even wrote him, I had to do research about him. Actually, there was a book about gangs and he was in it, talking about my dad's murder. And I was like, that's crazy. I read it and he was in there. So reading those gang books helped me get a visual, help me understand where he came from, right? Because he came from Khmer too, and he's seen his sister get murdered. And then he lost his dad in Khmer too. So he came here with his mom to Stockton, and then didn't really have he had trauma already. So he didn't grow up with makpa together or anything like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And during that time you had gangs where you had to, you stuck together, because during that time there's a lot of bullying. Can't even say that. Bullying.
So you wrote to Bob.
Yes.
Did he respond?
I wrote to Bob and he didn't respond till a month and a half later. I guess the people in prison kept my letter for a few weeks before they gave it to him, because I think they read your letters first before they gave it to him. So I think they probably read it and should we give this to him or whatnot? Who knows what they did, but eventually he got it and he's like, it says that you wrote me in March. I just got it in April or whatnot. And he wrote me back and whew.
Would you like to share anything he said on there? Just a brief
Yeah,
summary, or if you want to.
I forgot what his first letter, but for me writing him, it gave him the opportunity to tell my family that he was sorry. He wanted to say sorry to my family for a very long time, but I don't, didn't know how
to put into words, right?
Or he didn't know how to reach us or anything like that.
Okay.
He didn't have the opportunity because he's in prison, so he don't know who the family is. So I gave him the chance to apologize to my mom, and that's when my healing journey began. And writing to him is like therapy, because for a lot of us, back in the days, we used to write letters, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you remember back in 7th grade, 8th grade, writing letters and stuff? Yeah. And there's something therapeutic about writing letters and expressing your emotions and just from writing from your hand to the paper, just like with music, right? Because when you write music, do you do it on the laptop, or is it mostly paper and pen?
When I first started, all it was notebook or just paper, scratch paper I could find. But nowadays, it's it's mobile, so I'm on my iPhone notebook app. But I used to do it before smartphones. I was on the computer on Microsoft Word typing it, because I type better than I write. I can't even read my own handwriting. So it was I get what you're saying. Writing is therapeutic.
Yes. Yeah. Is because you get to express your emotions on paper. That's why, to me, journaling is huge.
So Bob felt remorse. He apologized. How? What was going through your mind when you were reading that letter? Was it a full page letter? Did he give a reason on why, or did you just kind of, or did you want to speak about that, or?
It was a very emotional letter. I recorded myself reading his letter, and it was very emotional. He kind of gave me of what happened during that time. I won't get into details just because, there's other 5 other people involved, and they're probably older now and have kids, and
confidentiality type stuff.
Maybe later on he could be on your podcast and share his side of the story and what he, because I believe that he's going to be out, because he has a parole hearing in March to see if he is going to be eligible to get out for parole. But before that, I wrote to Jerry Brown a letter to help Bob get out, to like my side of the story and like how, like what happened. And so writing to Jerry Brown, I think that helped him get a chance for parole. Yeah. So now his next step in this process is going to, in March, we'll find out if he's going to be able to get out of prison. He's been incarcerated for 30 years.
30 years. So at the time, what age was he at the time of the?
18.
So he's 18.
Yeah, 18. So and he spent his whole years. Wow. Yeah, I think he's probably like past up 50 years old, maybe.
Wow.
No, I'm not exactly sure.
So you forgave Bob. You forgave Bob, and you're actually fighting for his release, right? You told the mayor. Was it the mayor or
at that time Jerry Brown? Yeah, I wrote a letter to him twice.
Okay, so if you hadn't written that letter, it probably wouldn't expedite this process, right? He'd probably still be.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what would have happened, but I think it did help his case. Yeah. And I was going through his letter, and I just want, Bob, he's a changed man. He's not that 18-year-old boy. And there's this, so can I read this letter that he wrote?
Yes, please do.
Because getting to know him a lot more, like, he is a changed man. Like, he's not that 18-year-old boy that was lost. Okay, so this is a letter that he wrote to me back in March 2018. Okay, he wrote, I had to bring awareness to all the people and motivate them to think before they decide to cause harm to others. There are already too much suffering in the world. The world needs help, and we must do our part. I am doing this because I want to be the part of the solution, and it's a way for me to make amends with your father. I know that when he looks down on me now, he can see that I'm a changed man. Being of service to others is the true path of self-liberation. Yeah, so being in service to others is a true path of self-liberation. That right there, it's huge, because why are we here for, right? Like, we have one life on earth, one life. There is a reason why we came here on earth, to do our part. Just like what I see what you're doing, you are doing your part on earth here. You're following your passion, your heart desire, and you have created this platform where I'm able to come and share my story with you. So I'm grateful that you did your part and you're doing your part in service for the people.
Thank you.
And I believe people deserve a second chance, because when I was young, I didn't make those mistakes of, like what he did, but, it's hard to judge somebody from the past and then carry that idea of them into the future. Even though they changed, some people still have that idea of what this person done to them back in the days, and carry that judgment of guilt, anger, and stuff into the future. Even though that person has changed, this person here is still angry and hurt. So how can you move on when you're still holding on to the past? So it's learning to forgive yourself too in the process.
No, I totally agree. I believe people do deserve second chances. I think most people probably wouldn't forgive. So like I really respect what your decision is and to forgive, and like that's what he did in the past. Even it's like losing someone you love really close to you. So like that's really that's powerful. Like I can't say I would forgive, right now. But my dad was not murdered. He died of a stroke. So it's like everyone has different paths in life. But I think the positive people could take away from this episode is I'm pretty sure it'll definitely inspire other people to have a different outlook on life. And I think forgiving is something that we all need to do for and even myself, like I'm saying this now, like I won't forgive because like because like, my relationship was like I actually lived a nice full life with my dad. So I think maybe if I was a kid and I didn't know, maybe I was just young like you, 7, I'd probably go through that whole not knowing, at an early age, and then it'll probably hit me in my teens, or probably mess up my whole life. You know what I mean, mentally. So I think you're strong, and it takes a lot of strength and courage to even share this story. So I just want to thank you for that, and I definitely support you in your decision as well. And that's cool that he wrote you that letter explaining and asking for just apologizing and stuff. And that's powerful.
And to me, forgiveness is freedom, because after I forgave him, I freed myself. I freed me. Now I'm able to be who I am in this role. It freed me to be, to make me a better mom, to make me a better wife, and make me to be a better daughter, better sibling. It frees you. It takes a huge luggage off of your shoulder, your life.
The weight on your shoulder, or
it's just like, when you don't forgive, you're carrying this weight on you, right? You're dragging all these pounds and luggage all around, and you're just hurting yourself. And the day when you are actually able, because what it is, you have to do the work. You have to go within. You got to go in the work and deal with all the emotions and hurt that happened in the past. It shows up. So when you get to the new level of your life, you're going to have new devils. And when you have those new devils, it's like, all right, you're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to go in and be like, okay, what is blocking me? Why can't I move forward? Right? It's like this situation from the past comes up, and is learning to deal with the emotions and you got to go within. To me, is you got to do the work. The work is within yourself, and for me, I see you, I know you're doing your work too, because for you to reach where you are now, you have a lot of challenges that come up, right?
Oh yeah,
and
I go through a lot.
and it's going through, you have, friends or whoever that you go to, and you or maybe you do it by yourself. I don't know, but is that work that you have to do, the inner work that you don't really tell anybody about?
Yeah,
but it's the work that you do.
Yeah, definitely a lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes. Like I don't document everything I do on my Instagram. Like I do have a private life and do have a lot of like I'm human. I have I have depression sometimes. It's like I have I go through my struggles. And probably the entire time from I started, I've been struggling. I'm still struggling. So it's like, it's not like I'm trying to hide it with a smile on my, what I'm doing in comedy is kind of for more, just like, laughter, just to put a smile on people's face. And I feel like laughter is the best medicine. And that's my job. I don't want no fame, no clout, nothing like that. I do it just to do purely entertainment. And I also feel like it's kind of a lost art. And I definitely would love to talk to you more about like your recovery process. It's probably, you said you're beginning to heal, or have you completely healed, or like you think it's something that will never completely heal?
I think, well, I'm not hurt anymore. I'm not hurt, or there's no anger against this man at all. I don't hate or mad at any of those guys. I just want to put that out there. There's no hate at all. I hope they're doing the best in life. And I hope that, because I don't know who the other guys were. And I hope that you guys are doing good. I hope that you're doing your part. You're putting your work into the community, wherever you are. And I know that when Bob comes out, we are going to be working together, because there is a lot of us are suffering, and a lot of us are suffering by themselves, and it's like, if we can share our story and help other people suffer less, we done our job, because we all have a gift, and the gift comes from the pain that you had in life, and is turning it into something positive and using that pain for motivation to move forward. That's what I'm doing now in life. And that now that I have this freedom to be who I am, I have this ability to come out and speak for myself. Like, I wouldn't, if I didn't forgive him, I'll still be hiding behind, the phone, just scrolling along, and not following my dreams. But it gave me a chance to, like, oh, I know what I want to do in life now. You have to visualize who that person you want to become, and think about that person and bring in that feeling of who you want to be. Because in life, if you want to, like, manifest whatever you want in life, but you got to visualize who you are that you want to become in your head, and and feel that feeling every day. Like, like, I'm sure you've done a part of like visualizing yourself of becoming this person. So right now I'm in this process of visualizing who I am and who I want to be, and bringing that feeling every day. But then you have to know your core value. Why are you doing this, right? Having trust, being compassion, integrity, being honest. So when I'm using my core value to moving forward into my new business now, it's like, make sure you don't compromise any of your values. And for me, it's like, listen to your heart, because your heart is your compass of life. If your heart is telling you to go one way, but then your family is like, no, become a doctor, good, but you have to listen to yourself too. Because nowadays the world is changing so fast. And if you don't know who you are, somebody's going to tell you who you are. Somebody's going to tell you, go do this, when your heart is telling you to go do something else. So knowing who you are and your root of where you came from. Because for me and for our culture, it's so rich, it's so beautiful. I love the Khmer culture, and we came from a war-torn country. Now that we're in America, I'm very grateful to be here. We have a lot more opportunity than other people around the world. And how are you going to use it? For me, you inspire me, because you were able to come out and be this, be yourself, doing those comedy skits and stuff. I'm going to do that one day too. And I'm going to test it out. I don't know if I'm good at it or not, but I want to test it out. And it's just go for it.
Definitely encourage you to, yeah. If you like to do something, just give it a shot. I thank you. Thank you for the kind words. That's love.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can inspire other people. And
you're doing it. You are doing it.
You inspire me, because it takes a lot of courage to tell this story, and definitely like your way of thinking is making me think. Your outlook is it's giving me like clarity. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Anybody could change. I could change. It's for the better. It's for the betterment of you. Then it probably all falls back to nutrition, holistic nutrition. What we eat, it'll affect our way of thinking. But so, like, junk food, we'll probably have cloudy thoughts. We'll probably be all lazy, get the itis. You know what I mean? Like, so it all makes sense. Everything about the human body is a powerful thing, like the brain. So it's like definitely I'm trying to eat healthier, but I love, like you said, love Khmer food. So I probably will never give up Khmer food.
I won't either, and it's okay.
I think our food is pretty healthy for the most part. It just like it's these, it's this ice cream, potato chips, and the burgers that we need to worry about.
Yeah.
It's the American food.
Yeah. Absolutely. And having that healthy mindset, it's like, look at your environment, who you hanging out with, are they improving your life, or are they holding you back from becoming who you want to be?
What do you hope to achieve this year and in long term? What are your long-term goals for yourself?
For myself, to me, is stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, I do hard things. So to me, is inspiring people that, dude, check out my journey. I'm new to this. Like, I want to be a better communicator. So my mentor, my coach, he's like, do IG lives. And I still stumble upon like speaking and stuff, but it's practice. So for me, starting off in this like social media world is like, okay, what are you putting in? What values are you giving out? And to me, it's like, okay, I gotta share my story, and right now I'm in this process of, I'm starting off and nobody knows me, and I'm not here to like, I don't care about the likes or the whatever. To me, it's like, okay, I'm on Instagram. This is my playground. How can I get better at speaking? Right. So I'm in this community where the personal development. So there's a bunch of people that are doing it too. So I'm in the mix, and they're helping me out. They're, even though I mess up in talking and stuff, they're like, it's okay, Rose, just keep on going. You'll get better. So a lot of people are scared to start off, right? Because when you start off, you're nobody. And some people are when they start off, they want to look at the big picture, like, oh, I want to be here. But really, you can't be at top.
Right.
You got to take those small steps into being, getting better at your mastery or whatever you're doing. So people are afraid of coming out. But really, when you do come out, there's a lot of people that support you. If you're in the right environment, they're there to support you. They're going to push you. Be you, whoever you are. There's something special in you. There's something that people can learn from you. There's some talent that you have that your friends see you. But how about on social media? There's something that you have that around your friends. Bring it, like, some people have that hard time of transitioning to social media. I understand that some people are very private and they don't want to share, or maybe you're scared of judgment. Scared of people saying, starting off like, oh, you suck. I suck. People tell me, oh, you talk too fast. I can't understand you. Yeah, you're right. I do talk fast. So to me, it's like learning that, like, okay, I talk too fast. How can I be aware and then slow down, right? Like, I have dyslexia. So when I spell things, it's like backwards. Like, I can see the word, but then I spell it wrong. And then when I try to pronounce it, it don't come out right. So I got to go back and like take, like tutor classes for dyslexia. So I have all these struggles, but how can you overcome it, right? Your dream, your vision of who you are is waiting for you, but you have to take those action steps to get to that person that you want to be. You can't stay the same. It's how can you overcome that, right? To me, it's like, I see this person I want to be. You have to overcome the inside, do the inner work, because whatever is blocking you is from the inside. And is, getting over those challenges of judgment, rejection, fearful, unafraid, the list goes on. That's why I got into personal development, to learn about myself. What's keeping me from moving forward to the person who I want to be?
Wow, I totally agree. personal development is important.
Yeah, no, the personal development is huge because it makes you. I got into personal development a few years ago, and I started doing like taking seminar classes and workshops because to me, I stopped investing in like before. I used to be like into like Louis Vuitton purse, Gucci, and all that. I don't buy those stuff anymore. Like I stopped that years and years ago. Now I use that. So now for me, I always invest in myself now. I don't do on the outside. Invest in you. That is the best investment you can ever do for yourself, is investing in you. What do you like to do? You like music? All right, let's do some, look up YouTube videos or whatever. Maybe there's some workshop or some other artists that you can learn about. Just because I remember listening to AP Music, or is it AP?
Yeah, AP Musica now. So yeah, AP. That's my good friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So after I listened to his your guys' podcast, I had the music Out in the Rain. I had that on repeat.
Oh,
right.
I love that.
I had that on repeat, and I was listening to it all night, and I was like, I was feeling that song. I was like, out in the rain, or I can't sing, but.
Get about the rain.
Yes,
I can't even sing it, but it's one of my favorites of him. So,
and to me, it's like, I love music like that because it touched your emotions. That song brought me back to when I had my first heartbreak, and I was like, oh, where was this music when I had my heartbreak, and I wanted to listen to that. So his music, I is very inspiring to me because for another Cambodian guy to write music like that is very touching. I hope he does more music like that because I am a fan, and I am waiting to listen to his music. So AP, when you come out with your next music, I'm listening to that,
Shout out to AP, man. We actually talk on a daily basis. Like he's in my close friend group chat where we talk music and our plans, and I'm actually kind of acting like a sort of like a manager. So like, because I'm more savvy with the internet, so we're planning his single releases one by one this year. A lot of unreleased good songs that he has, and it just sitting in his hard drive. Like, yo, let's release it as single. Even though it's old to you, it's new to the world.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have people here discover new music. Like you said, it hit you like the R&B, because a lot of his stuff feels like that 90s R&B vibe. So like we're trying to bring that back, and it's a lot of meaningful lyrics. And I feel like he's one of the most talented people I've ever worked with. He taught me a lot about how to make music. So it's like I will forever be grateful for him, and I'm trying my best to help get him noticed. Not necessarily that we don't want fame, we don't want to, it's all the process. So it's like, we just want to, if one or two people like the song, we feel like we did our job, we want to touch people,
Yeah. And to me, that goes back to being in service of others. You're in the music industry, he's being in service of other. He's writing music that touched my heart or whatever emotion I was been through to help me go, to take the, to have a bright days ahead, you see the light. So his music, to me, is like, oh, I love that. I love music that touched my heart, and like, I can feel it. Dude, music is huge.
It's like, it's part of our health, it's brain food. Like music has always been since the beginning of time. The cavemen were making music with, pots and rocks and stuff and sticks and drums, making, So music has always been there. So I think it will always be a part of human society. So it's a mood changer, If I'm ever feeling down, I'll play some Spring Love or something by Stevie B, and then I want to dance. I'm in a happy mood again. So it's like, so it's really powerful tool. So listen to good music, y'all.
For reals, no, music is huge in my life. So like listening to like your songs and stuff, like you are very creative, man. You're super creative.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Just me having fun, like me being myself. So, and I'm glad that people could relate or enjoy it. Like it's been a blessing. Like I feel like doing music. I don't know. I don't even know what to label myself anymore. I'm a musician. Am I a comedian? I won't even call myself a comedian because I don't do like stand-up comedy. I've never done that. But so it's like I just say content creator now because I love all aspects of entertainment now. It's like but I'm always gonna have music in front of me. I'm always gonna have a way to record music. It's always will always be a passion of mine. So my path might be changing direction sometimes, but I'll always have I have so many loves for different types of art. So it's like I don't want to do one thing. Like that's I don't know if that's a double-edged sword for me. I don't care if my music don't pop off like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because I like my music that I make,
Yes, I like that.
And if a few people like it, even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if a few people like it, like, oh, that's even better. So like, yeah. So I think that's what people get caught up about, they'll get disappointed if their songs don't do well or when they release it. And like, I got over that phase, like not every song is going to pop off. Not people have different tastes in music. Some people don't even like rap or R&B, period. Some people they'll always have their own taste in music, like
exactly.
Not all rap is created equal,
Yeah.
It's just like people will like what they like, I think that's life too. It's not just music. People will like what they like. If I like to do this, that's what I like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I totally understand where you're coming from, because since I'm going to this role, no, like not everybody's gonna like me, and it's okay. They're not the person I'm reaching to.
Right.
And it's like being okay with the people that are attracted to you and to what you do. Because there's so much holistic nutrition or personal development people out there, right? And it's like going in this crowd and you're just trying to find like your community, your people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay for people to not like you. And you have to learn to be okay with that.
Yeah, we're not here to please everybody. Like,
no.
As soon as you, accept that, you're not gonna, not everybody's gonna like you, Like, I have a lot of haters too, but like, I don't even acknowledge them because, I don't need that type of, negative energy in my life. So it's like, but they say like, you're always gonna get hate no matter how good you are, no matter who you are. People's gonna hate. There's gonna be trolls, especially on the internet era. There's trolls. There's people that try to get under your skin. So it's just like you gotta ignore it. You just gotta not even give them the time of day.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But use it as fuel to even shine even harder, because the more people hate, the more people that hate, the more I become great. That's like my motto. Like.
Yeah.
The more people they want to talk, I'm just gonna drop even more content. Even you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's been 10 years and I haven't disappeared from their newsfeed yet.
Yeah.
I think I've been blessed.
Yes.
It's like a 10-year road. I think every year I get better too. It's not like I'm going away. If I would have been gone a long time ago if I, if the haters got to me. But
yes,
I'm able to have this journey, this long journey, to still make relevant content. There's still I'm considered the old head now, but I feel like I'm just getting started. There's so much more I want to do and share with the world. So like they're gonna have to block me or hide me from the newsfeed because it's coming. It's I'm just gonna keep doing me, keep reinventing myself too. I'm on TikTok now. I'm making TikTok pops too. It's like it's a beautiful world. I like to adapt to change. Whatever new platform comes out, I'm hip to it. I'm already on TikTok. I'm learning it now. I'm kind of late to the party, but it's built for me to make short form comedy. It's like the perfect app for me. So, and I don't really have a lot of followers there yet. I just broke 3,000 followers. That's not a lot compared to like my other platforms. But I like the challenge of starting from scratch, building a community from scratch. It's a whole different audience.
Yeah. And that's where I'm beginning. I'm like new into this. And to me, the haters, right? You are playing in their arena, right? You're fighting in their arena with the other opponent. They want a reaction from you. Yeah, haters are just the audience. The people in the background, fuck you, get them. But they're not playing in the field, so they can talk all they want, right? It's just like Kobe and stuff. Like, you're playing sports and you have the crowd right there just trying to get at you and, distract you.
Right.
But you're focused in what you do. And I love that. Because to me, as coming up as a Khmer person coming up in this social media world, I see you and Jay Jupiter. Did I say his name right?
JL Jupiter. That's my other guy.
Like you guys are, and all the the other Khmer artists. There's so many of you guys out there. You guys are doing it. And to me, it's inspiration. Like seeing you guys not as a enemy or anything like that, but like motivation, like, oh, they're doing it. You guys are showing me that you're Khmer, you came from the same background as I did, like, our parents coming from Khmer, and you're doing it. So you're setting up an example for, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too,
Definitely. We have a lot of like talented Khmer people in this world, and I'm blessed for the past guests that I interviewed. Those are just some of the people that I really admire and like a fan of. I'm like a fan of Cashinova. I'm a fan of G Funk. I'm a fan of Bella Moon. So it's like I'm, you know, w- sharing my platform with them because I feel like it's about unity and Khmer excellence. And that's just the musicians I listed. There's other people that do other things like small businesses too. I got a whole bunch of. I have a great lineup coming up this year too, so stay tuned for that. And it's just like I'm definitely open to speaking to, people that have a story and just on the grind or just have even I want to help even like up and comers or even like startups, like people that don't have a following. It's like there's just reach out to me, email me or something, and then we could. I'm always looking for guests to talk to, and from Khmer America and beyond. Like you could be a Black business, Korean business, Vietnamese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to bring unity too. So, but I'm always going to show love to our people, Khmer people. But I'm inviting everybody. So stay tuned, and I want us all to be more united than ever. Especially what's going on in this crazy world. In a global pandemic, we all gotta have our talk, communicate.
Yes.
What's bothering us, how we can fix it. If there's a problem, how do we fix it? Or if you got a business, how can we support it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you have any plans, any future like businesses? You're a full-time healer? Nutritionist?
Yeah. I do the Holistic Nutritionist, so I'm just trying to like build that out and then get into the YouTube space, which is so
it's a good time. It's a good time now. Like more than ever. I think it's never too late to start a channel because people are at home. They're it's a pandemic, so I think YouTube is more popular than ever now. People are on their phone watching YouTube now. So never think it's too late. Like even if you go on YouTube now and type in, is it too late? Should I start a channel in 2021? There's be a lot of gurus that will tell you that it's a good time. It's probably the best time to start a channel.
Because my mentor, my coach is Evan Carmichael. I don't know if you've seen, he's a big YouTuber.
I think I've seen some of your lives. Have you done some lives with him on IG
I did
Live?
one live with him. Okay. And so he's coaches like twice a month about like YouTube and starting off and he's like, do videos every single day. And
I probably stumbled upon his videos on YouTube.
Yeah, he's a personal development person, and he like interviews, like he just did an interview with Tony Robbins. And so he's telling us like the ropes of doing YouTube.
Oh,
he talks about analytics and all these stuff. I'm just like, what the hell? I don't even
information
know.
Yeah. So just take notes. I'm still learning every day. I'm always looking at like YouTube, like algorithm changes all the time. So I'm always looking to see what words at what times. I follow I think Nick Nimmin on YouTube. He gives a lot of help on how to maximize your YouTube channel. Do what works. What times and when to post and what type of content. So I think you're in good hands. You're working with like you said, one of the best in the business. So it's good people to have, a good network to be around. So it'll take time, but you'll learn to love it.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Just don't forget to have fun. That's the best way.
Yeah.
Be have yourself. Right now you're being yourself. I've seen that you are some of your lives. So it's like
the lives.
You're being yourself.
Scary.
It is scary. That's why I don't do it. I'm not comfortable with it. Yeah. I've done a couple on YouTube, but like IG, I just get really nerve-wracking on IG for me for some reason.
Yeah, you want to come on my live one day?
Sure. Sure, I'm down to help. It's like whatever I could do, I'm down. But like just for me to go live, be like, "What's up, guys?" on my IG. I haven't built that courage yet, but at some point I will for practice.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to do it more on YouTube because that's my channel, and it's also I think it feels like I feel more comfortable on my YouTube channel. I just feel like it's my space. It's my it's what I built through the years. But IG, it's kind of new, a few years in, like I'm starting to I'm starting to be more back on YouTube, because YouTube I kind of abandoned my channel, kind of like not abandoned it, it just kind of became an inconsistency. I go to mood swings out, and sometimes I'm not motivated, and I did not upload for a long time. So right now I feel like I'm just kind of like reviving the channel with new content and just reinventing myself, and just I feel like it's and it shows. I'm starting to see the growth again. So at first, like, yeah, YouTube sucks, but it's not YouTube sucking. It's because we don't put in the work. You have to be consistent. You know what I mean? So consistency is key in life, not just YouTube. It's in life.
Yeah.
Wake up, make shit happen every single day. Yeah.
Yep.
Go out and get it every morning. I'm so far this year. I've been good every morning. I'm like, have like motivation just seeing JL Jupiter hit his 100K subscribers. See my friends. I'm surrounded by successful people. Like you are who you hang out with. So it's like to me, I consider him like an older brother. Because we've been through a lot. He's part of my story, part of my journey. He used to shoot all my music videos. So it's like for him to find his niche doing food and being one of the top foodies in the East Coast, and it's only up from here. It's just the beginning, So there's gonna be a lot of good news from him. So it's like, I talk to him almost every single day, like on a daily basis. So it's like, and we check each other too. Like he's always giving me life advice too, like an older bong type. So it's like, I appreciate you, JL Jupiter. So just know that. Like I tell him all the time, because he said probably a year ago, I'm a lot, in the right state of mind. Like, I mean, he used to like stuff I do, like he'll try to be like, yo, you need to lose weight, this and that, like he'll tell me like, because he cares,
Yes.
And I appreciate that, I think as friends, we should always tell how we feel and how we could help, and I don't ever take it as like a insult,
Yeah.
If he says something, he's probably right, because I shouldn't be overweight. You know what I mean? And if I'm huffing and puffing, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
So it's like always.
Well, I think I see some changes in you.
Yeah, like a couple years ago, like even in music videos, like in 2016, like my Jungle Bomb Point come out, you'll see a big pot belly. Like I was like, I have like a big Buddha belly. So I was like, I'm like, damn, look at myself. Like I'm glad I don't look like that anymore. I feel a lot better now.
Yeah. And what changes have you made?
I did a lot of intermittent fasting. I started drinking black coffee, but I stopped. I cut all the sodas, all the sugars.
Sugar, yes,
completely. Like not even like donuts, not even like ice cream and stuff like that. I think that's what I saw a big jump was the intermittent fasting, the black coffee. I didn't eat till like between noon and 2, and then but I eat a lot throughout the day, and then stop eating at 8. And that I think what's the rule? Is a 16 something rule?
16 hours, 8?
Yeah. So it's like I saw a drastic weight drop from then. I think my weight journey started probably like 2 years ago.
And did you feel that mental clarity when you first started?
Yeah. Mental clarity. I started having more positive thoughts, and just I felt better. Like there's no more back pain. There's no like tiredness all the time. I wake up with energy. Oh man, it's life changing. Like I don't even get sick that often.
Yeah.
So if you fix your gut health, it'll fix your mental health. You know what I mean? Because I think I had a really bad gut. Like I used to not poop regularly. I used to always have diarrhea. Now that I've cleaned my gut, I have normal, regular poop. Like, yo, this is what you're supposed to be feeling like. This is what a human body should operate. So it's like, I've been able to just keep it up. I can always improve. I could be better. Right now I'm starting to eat some sweets here and there. Treating myself. But now that I know how to get in shape, or just how the power of fasting. A lot of people do it. They do it for a reason. Like Buddhist monks do it for a reason. Like Muslims do it for a reason. So it's all part of it. Revitalizing your body, heal itself, and just drink lots of water, and coffee help. I don't know, like it has like natural black coffee. I didn't put no sugar.
Yeah, and that part helps because a lot of people are drinking coffee with sugar or
creamer,
frappuccinos and all that sugary that just adds the extra calorie and weight to it. Because I don't drink soda at all too.
I think it was the sugar that made me fat. It wasn't even the food that I ate. Yeah, the sugar. Because I used to drink a Pepsi, like a 16-ounce Pepsi every single day, but had like Chinese food for lunch when I was doing real estate. So I lived right by a Chinese spot. Well, my real estate office is right by a Chinese spot, so I just ordered from there. So it was like I got real big, you know. And good thing I had friends that care about me. Like, yo, you need to lose weight. Sometimes you need people that push you, in life. You know what I mean? I got other friends that give me life advice too. You know, I'm not perfect. I always need people to check me. You can't have yes men in your circle. Like you say, but I don't like yes men in my circle. If you don't like something, let me know. You know, whether it be my music too. Like my producer's like, yo, that don't sound right. Re-record it or rewrite it. And I'll do it. Yeah, because I care about their opinion.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's on their beats. They don't want me trying to do my own thing on their beats. It won't feel right.
Yeah.
It'll be like a clash. It'll be like a conflict of interest. Like, yo.
Yeah. And it makes it easier for you, like for other people to work with you too. Because you're taking their what they're saying and you're using it back like good feedback,
Yeah. Definitely.
So
as I think we were talking about earlier, you said you wanted to start your own podcast. I think you'd be a great podcast host. You're well spoken, so I don't think you'd have a problem.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my goals is podcast. And so, do you take your podcast and convert it to like a YouTube video too?
Yeah, I record my Zoom video on a software called OBS, and I'm thinking about making like a little how-to video at some point on how to start a podcast. I do it at one shot. I record my video. I record a Zoom call on a open broadcast software called OBS, and
OBS,
and I just extract the audio for the audio side, and then my friend Randy Kim from Bomby Chronicles told me about Anchor.fm. It's like a podcast hosting service. So I take that audio, I upload it. So you could even download it to your phone. Anchor.fm, Anchor, and like this app is so cool. Like it's mobile. Like even if you want to record from your iPhone with a headset, there's a record button. You record audio that way straight.
Yeah.
And so and once you submit it, it goes live. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes later, it'll be live on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So for the people that are strictly audio podcasts, I recommend Anchor.fm because it's free.
That's amazing. You're doing good things in the world, man. You're being who you are and you're inspiring people to come out of their shell.
Thank you. You are inspiring people too to forgive. So I appreciate you for your, for your time and your being my guest on the show to talk about something that is very touchy and kind of inspirational. Some sad, a lot of emotions involved, And hopefully people will have some positive takeaways, Maybe they have a different outlook on life. I think it's important. People do deserve second chances. And we got to be positive.
Absolutely.
Stay
We're
positive.
Going in 2021 and you got to let go of the old baggages, man. You can't bring those old hurt and anger into 2021. You got to let that shit go, man. You got to let it go. Somehow
100%.
You got to do that work within, go within yourself because you know the answers within you. Is going back. If you ever feel lost, go within. Go within, man. Follow your heart. Your heart knows the way. Your heart is your compass. Follow that.
I love it. All right. Any last words or shout outs you want to give to the youth or just to anyone that may be going through something similar?
It's to me it's all about knowing who you are. You really got to look in yourself. And I know some people's childhood is messed up. You guys been through a lot. You've been through the hurt, the shame, sexual abuse, domestic violence, anger, hurt, whatever it is. it is your job now as an adult to be responsible and take care of the emotions and heal that person that was hurt. So you're able to move on to the life you want to live. You got to create the future of who you want to be. Who do you want to be in this lifetime? You have one life on this earth, this universe. Make it good. Make it good. Right? We're just all living in this game. And it's up to you to choose the character you want to play. But it's the action that you have to take to play that character. Everybody's playing the same game. But a lot of us are stuck in the past and can't move forward. And is learning to go within and heal the part of you that has been hurt. Do the work and come play with us, man. On the other side of fear is a ton of opportunity.
Wow, that's powerful. That was deep. Totally agree too.
Hi, this is Rosie, and you're tuned into Chluy Talk.
Thank you, Rosie. See you guys on the next one.
All right, peace.